Hey everybody. So today I wanted to address some fundamental criticisms of crypto and put to rest some of these really erroneous and misleading accusations about just the entire crypto market. I think that in recent times, a lot of the bears have come out of the woodwork to say really bad things about the entire crypto community, and I don't think that a lot of these accusations are merited. Um, of course, if you feel that some of these claims are um, falsely represented or illogical in their nature, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate valued criticism, and I will comment on those that I think I should comment on, and we can play devil's advocate if we want. So let's address some fundamental criticisms of crypto. The first is that it's inherently speculative. In order to cash out, you have to convince somebody else to buy in. This is not true. It's really, really wrong. So there's this thing in crypto called lending and staking. So in both of these scenarios, lending where you are giving your crypto up for collateral in order to basically lend it out to somebody else, and you earn interest in return for this. And staking is where you just hold it and earn interest on top of that. Both of these mean that you can get liquid stable coins or fiat currency deposited to your account every single day. This means that for the majority of large asset crypto holders, it is less risky and more economically profitable to simply take out a loan against the value of their cryptocurrency, with the loan to value ratio always being less than 1, depending on the token's volatility and other metrics, and spend that loan while keeping the same amount of crypto in their wallet. This means that on some platforms such as Nexo, which I use, you can even use your NFT as collateral for stablecoin or fiat currency such as USDC or USDT or just USDX, which is USD spot. And so what can you do with this loan? Well, really anything, because it requires no credit checks, just the existence of the collateral. And if the value of your collateral, the existing cryptocurrency which you took the loan out on, increases, you keep the profit. If the value decreases, your loan might increase slightly, but only to the extent permitted by the loan to value ratio. As an example, I've transferred thousands of dollars to my bank account via this method. I've taken out other cryptocurrencies and transferred them to different exchanges to actually trade in this method. In some cases, I've transferred the loan into stablecoins with higher loan to value ratios and taken out a derivative loan on top of the loan itself. This is called leveraged lending. And for most of these loans, there is a 0% interest rate. So the problem is not that these tokens or the crypto market in general are inherently speculative. The problem is education. Not enough people know that the value of cryptocurrencies is more than just what you can sell them for. This is a problem plaguing the rest of the stock market today, that people are valuing investments just by expectations of their future growth. There is another name for this: speculation. It's not investing, it's not even trading, it's gambling. If you do not do your research, do not explore how you can hedge a downturn, or do not consider any inherent value in something that you put your money in my opinion, you deserve to lose that money, which you will. If you are doing this with tech stocks, you deserve to lose that money, and you will. If you are doing this with meme stocks, you deserve to lose your money, and you will. If you are doing this with crypto, you deserve to lose your money, and you will. The next problem that blockchain and crypto critics point out is that blockchain is inherently environmentally harmful. So to understand this, you have to go into how blockchain works. So my point is that blockchain does not require high electrical consumption, but the current system, especially in Ethereum, incentivizes it. Now, this is nothing wrong with the actual underpinnings of blockchain. All blockchain is a ledger, which is basically just a list of transactions, and a consensus mechanism, which is how you verify those transactions as legitimate. That's all a blockchain is. There is nothing about a list and literally a program that can be like 4 or 5 lines long that makes it inherently electrical consumptive. No, it is that there are miners and institutions driving up the price of transactions, which cause computers have to spend more electricity verifying transactions via the consensus mechanism, which makes it electrically harmful. So, and there's really only one one platform that is the cause of this, and that is Ethereum. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum. I think that a lot of people point fingers at Bitcoin and say that it's it's a bad thing. It's not as scalable as Ethereum, but Ethereum, the cost of a transaction can range between like 20 to $150 per transaction. The cost of a Bitcoin transaction, the most that I've ever paid is like $6 at most. And I've transferred hundreds of thousands of dollars between different wallets and different applications. And Ethereum and all that it is built on is just completely inefficient. The last criticism that I want to address is that crypto lacks clear real world applications. This has I'm sorry. This has been really a big talking point recently, that crypto is not going to replace financial markets, and I don't think it's going to replace traditional financial markets. I think it's going to completely reshape the entire ecosystem of how we do business and value money and really find value in anything. But the one of the first things that I would point out is remittances. So what is a remittance? It is an amount of money that somebody in a wealthy country sends to somebody, normally family or friends in a less wealthy nation. Like say their parents live in Mexico and they live in the US, and they send part of their paycheck to their parents every week or every month. With Bitcoin, you can do that every day with like a 6 cents or like $6 cost. And it comes relatively instantly. With traditional ways, either you send like the money in a envelope, you do it through snail mail, or you send it through traditional financial institutions, which aren't, they are open on the weekends. They are, during the business day, like you can't send it at night. With Bitcoin, it doesn't ever end. You can send it whenever the heck you want to, however much you want to, tens of thousands of dollars if you want to your family. And this is why El Salvador and other developing nations, legalized Bitcoin as legal tender, because it is better for their nation, which depends on the value of remittances, because they are pretty well impoverished and they need their citizens to access this money that, people from wealthy nations are sending to them in order to flourish their economy. And with Bitcoin, the transaction cost is so low and the transaction speed is so fast, and it bypasses all the arbitrage and slowness of traditional financial institutions, that it's just common sense to send it via Bitcoin. And the only problem is people just don't know how to do it. And that is the main issue. There's an issue of education. People just don't know and don't get the will to learn to know, get past this difficulty of, it's a little bit of a curve, but after you get that curve, it's pretty simple to know how to send a Bitcoin. All you need is literally an address, which you can copy and paste into like this one little box and then press enter. That's all you need to do. And then you just wait, and it always sends, because the address, like if you copied and pasted it, it's not wrong. And that's the second thing: transfer speed and availability. That is a clear real world application of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. With Nano, like the difference between like Nano is a cryptocurrency, and it's one of the only ones that has like a 0% transaction fee, right? And it's super fast. It comes in like 30 minutes, 15 minutes even. And like even if you're like sending like the price of a cryptocurrency cannot fall that much in 15 minutes. Like that's another concern that people bring up, is that between the time that it takes to send it, the price can drastically fall. I mean, but it goes the other way around. The price can rise too. Like that's not a valid argument in saying that it's risky to send it. I mean, and half the times it's going to fall, half the times it's going to rise. It's still going to equal the same amount. Like overall, if you think long term, I mean that's not a valid argument to not get into crypto. That's something that I don't understand. And then the last thing that I don't understand is that people say that Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies promote crime. And this is straightforward fear mongering, right? Crypto is crime preventative, if anything. Literally all the transactions are on a list, which you can see. It is not anonymous at all. And so the FBI and the CIA have been using Bitcoin for years to track and find some of the worst criminals imaginable, because it's so easy to track where the money in these wallets is coming from and where it goes to. It literally lists it on blockchain, and like you can go to any public website which has like BlockFi or blockchain .io or whatever it's called. There are websites which list every single transaction and where it's going, how fast it's going to take, how long it's going to take. And so literally it's on a public list. That is the most transparent and valuable way to see who is sending money to whom. And in that sense, crypto is extremely crime preventative. So I just wanted to say those those quick rebuttal to some of these very, very public criticism of crypto, which are completely unmerited. And there have been numerous YouTube videos coming out about how crypto is overrated. And I understand when you come to like NFTs and stuff, there is speculation in NFTs and other areas of the crypto market, but the main problem is not the crypto market itself, it is education. And in order to understand crypto and understand this new environment which we are emerging into, which is inevitable, it will come to be. And the tokenization of the economy is coming. We just need to accept it and learn more about it in order to profit from it. This is Technically Bullish. I'll see you all next week.